Dan Arbell is the former chief of mission at Israel's U.S. Embassy and now a scholar in residence at American University. He joins me now from Rockville, Maryland. Dan, thank you so much for joining us here. How serious, how significant are the ramifications of this?
This is very serious because in the midst of COVID-19, as Israel is struggling both on the health front with a rising number of cases and more deaths, and at the same time a serious economic fallout with hundreds of thousands unemployed and a deep economic crisis, and Israel is heading for its fourth election in less than 2 years. And obviously it has serious ramifications for the entire country, both on the dealing with COVID-19 and all the other challenges that Israel is facing, both foreign and domestic.
Yeah, can you elaborate? I mean, you broke down the domestic ramifications there. How about the foreign policy implications of this?
So, the elections come at a time when Israel faces challenges from Iran's proxies on its borders, and at the same time, a serious normalization process is occurring between Israel and some Arab states. As we've seen just today, an Israeli delegation landed in Morocco and signed some agreements to advance normalization between Israel and Morocco, for example. So these are all challenges that are just happening as we speak, and being in an election obviously has ramifications and impacts the entire dynamics. It may lead to greater tensions on Israel's borders. It may lead to a kind of setback to the whole normalization process between Israel and Arab countries.
The elections in the past, all these elections, they've not been conclusive. We've seen Netanyahu here, the longest serving prime minister. What are his chances now, March the 23rd, come spring, given the corruption charges, given the internal distress, given the disgruntled, his own party members? What are his chances of victory? What is the outcome, do you think, at this point?
Well, you've asked a million-dollar question. No doubt everybody is interested in that. It's too early to say that Netanyahu's political career is over. He's been a strong fighter and has succeeded in previous election cycles, and as you said, has been Israel's longest serving prime minister. Yet he's facing a challenge that he's not faced before, as his main opposition rivals are to his right-wing parties who are threatening to take away some of his base and the voters, traditional voters, and that may lead to something we've not seen in recent years, of a right-wing coalition of parties that will not include the Likud party of Mr. Netanyahu. So it's going to be very close, very tense. It's going to depend on each vote will count. And one scenario we cannot rule out is a fifth election sometime later down the road in 2021, because it will be an inconclusive election cycle in March.
Dan, thank you so much for that.